taking a ride. I'll be right back. I want to go the other way. Hello? This is the worst program you ever did. Watch it be 150 people in there. 15 of you, though. Hi, guys. Howdy, howdy. No comments. Wow. Wow. How about that? Anyway, we are. I can't, it's so bright. We're only 3 minutes in. Huh. Nah, come on. Are you kidding me? So I rode around the backyard. No particular reason. Tracy pulled in with groceries yesterday and she parked right here. Right here, right to the back door. So I wanted to get her back out front again. And figure a good time as any to see how wide of an angle of view I can get just with my iPhone 10. X for you X people. I don't know. But uh, yeah, it's super bright out here. That's the only problem I'm finding with now. These are cheaters, but I mean, I see perfectly fine with contacts. I'm 62 and I finally got contacts, and I do like them. I've gotten very good at putting them in, which is nice. I'm just trying to see where my signal starts to go to crap. It still says great, and I don't know about that. There was a truckload of leaves all up against that whole back corner, which you may have a hard time seeing, but that whole back corner all the way down. I got all the leaves out. I trimmed all of the butterfly bushes out of there. And let's see that little tree smack in the middle of the screen, a little bit higher than the middle. That is a cypress. That will grow up as a very soft tree. It'll grow up looking like this. It's going to look like that tree. And they're just really attractive trees. They just are. They're a very pretty tree. That one obviously branched off to a double wide at one time in its early career. That one's not really starting to bloom at all yet, as is its similar tree. Opposite corners is the same type of tree. Okay, I'm still getting a great signal. That's so weird. But there's all my butterfly bushes. I didn't trim them back much. It's an experiment. It's only my second year with them. I keep hearing clip them down to 10 inches from the ground. just leave a stump every year. That scares me to death. Whoa, 4 new messages. Now the messages comes in. What's in the shed? My little steel shed lawnmower. Is there a bunch of shed stuff? We have it's a battery powered lawnmower that's absolutely incredible. Thing state of the art battery charges in 40 minutes and it works for about 45. I know it sounds impossible, but still showing a great signal. All of a sudden, watch me go to no signal at all. So there's a good shot now that we're in the shade. So there's some of my butterfly bushes. They extend all the way from the shed all the way down here. These are the older ones down here. Okay. And I left a lot to them, but I cut anything even close to dead. I cut off of them. They, like I say, they are 2 years old. Then the ones over in this corner, and they follow along. We got a little sinkage in the yard there, so I decided to plant a tree. It seemed easier, and they go up as far as that far away. So I'm going back toward the house some. I am going to take my picnic table and bring it back out here. This may be a really good night for. There we go. Let me try to center me. May be a really good night for my telescope. And with a good signal from this, my tripod is not. I don't know. It's something weird going on with my tripod. Give me a second here. I'm not exactly level. I think this leg has to go out, which just means the stand it's on, which is a garbage can. It's a robo can. There we go. So what are we doing? See, let me read these messages. What's in the shed? Just shed stuff. What you making for dinner? Tonight is potato leek soup, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it here on Haps. Speaking of Haps, Haps is a decent broadcasting service. It really is. The more I use it, the more I like using Haps. Some of you right now are watching me, whether live or later, on Facebook. I'm not broadcasting on Facebook. I'm broadcasting on Haps, Happs. And check out Haps TV. It's just a really great app that totally mimics the feel of the iOS app, which is a little nicer. It's got its definite advantages. Anything iOS does, anything Apple does, you Android folk usually get the crappier end of that, and it is a shame. But some apps fall very similar, but it just takes longer. There's so many variations of Androids and etc. And it's Apple. You go in, boom, boom, you fix the problem, work within their parameters. Life is good. Android, there's so many variations that you gotta get it to work on everything. It takes more time, so you put that aside, and it makes all the sense to me from a tech point of view. How is the barbecue burgers? Very nice. Don't mind me shaking. I'm leaning on the RoboCan here. Really good. You seen I hit him high and heavy, as high as I could. It was 40, still 48 degrees, so I can't complain about the temperatures. Probably about 50. Let me see. I'll give you a real number here because I'm just a little curious myself. I know 57 before it refreshes. There we go, refreshed. 59 degrees. It's beautiful. Very sunny. But this is my. Let me turn a. I don't turn me around. Let me do that and transition. There we go. That might have looked actually cool. So this is my observatory. This is it. I usually set up right about here. That's that telephone pole right there. Actually, it's a power pole. It's not telephone power. That's the line that went out and left us. It goes that way, and then it goes this way, and then it goes down again. That line kept us in the dark for 9 days when Hurricane Sandy went through here. But right about here, it's fairly flat, right where I'm looking down at the ground now, okay? Fairly flat. This is where I'm going to bring the picnic table. And next to it on the right of it, so it would be right from where I'm standing now, okay? Now is where the telescope typically goes. Now, most stuff Okay, I'm looking toward the house there, toward the front of that house is east. Okay, where the wooden fence part starts and the metal part goes. That's kind of east in that direction. Alrighty, we go down. We look at that pole there. Alrighty, that is just shy of southeast. To the tree next to it is east. Oh, I'm sorry, is south. Then we get over here, and my next real bearing is that other fence corner behind that little crappy tree. That fence corner way over there, that thing there is pretty much west, maybe a little more southwest. Let's put it this way. I'll do it this way. It makes more sense. Okay, this is almost perfect. There we go. All right, see where the gutter drain is? That where the gutter comes to a point right there. That is polar north. Okay, that's that right there. I mean, we're looking at that would be the right now 24 hours a day, every day of the year. All right, Polaris is there. Polaris is our North Star. It's part of Ursa Minor, which is the Little Dipper, which kind of looks like a bear. To some people, they were doing a lot of acid, I think, back then. I'm not sure. I'm guessing on the acid part. Let me see. I know there's questions here, or there's comments here rather. Let me just back up in the doorway just a little bit so I can see the screen some. There we go. That's my wife's car. It's a Volkswagen Jetta R series. I like to say it's a bit nicer than the S series. Let's see. So yeah, potato leek soup for dinner. How the burgers were indeed great and looks really nice. Okay, yeah, I'm doing a lot of these shows right now. Just I really want to test out and find any dead spots that it might have. Let me see. Wrong way, I think. Nope, that's the wrong way. It's so bright out here. Well, I got to turn the camera here. It's so bright out here. There we go. Got it a bit more level. Let me turn it around now. There we go. Yeah, super bright. If I go over to the side, which side's going to give me shade now? That's the question. I mean, look what I'm looking at. Sun everywhere. I got to go back there in the shade. Yeah, I mean, the side of the house here. This is the side. I like this little tree, by the way. This is probably going to go. I think it's slated to go to work. I got 4 trees along my garage here. They all got to go. I got to chop the others down. This one here is dying anyway. This is this is the bristly kind of the cypress. It's a nasty tree, where this one here is soft. These are soft to touch. I mean, I can grab a handful of them, and they're really soft. I believe this tree. Um, this isn't too bad. It's a cute little tree, but this one's going to go to work where I worked, and it's going to be a tree planted in honor of everybody who ever served as a boiler plant operator. And it's a lot of people over the years. I mean, all through the Cold War, we were launching jets. I wasn't there then, but I mean, that place was hopping. And that's what we do. We launched real aircraft from a ground-based carrier deck, and I mean, I was standing next to I don't know F-18s, F-16s. Never dealt with a 14. Did a lot of F-35 launches, 150 feet away, practically from me to my back fence. That's how far away I was from jet aircraft, going from 0 to 200 miles an hour. All this can be found on the Navy website. I'm not releasing secrets. I can show you some photographs. And when I get my stuff together, when I figure it all out, and let's see, Trump coming back to social media, here's when and how, according to a senior advisor, says Fox. It just popped up on my screen. I'm only assuming I'm in the screen. I can't see. It's totally blacked out. Mostly greasy fingerprints. I didn't realize I had to clean my screen so bad. That's the problem with any of these screen protectors. I don't care if it's crystal. It doesn't matter where you go with it, which one you get. Uh, they're extremely susceptible to fingerprint smudges and greases and stuff like that from your hands. Where the glass isn't so bad. Glass, you can kind of get away with it. Here we go. Let me stand still a second here. So the burgers were great. Another question. Looks really nice. It's a beautiful day. I have a nice backyard. It's pain to mow. I'm getting tired of mowing the lawn. Trust me. Um, but if I found out if I make 3 trips instead of two, in other words, cut it sooner, it's not so bad. It's over 10,000 steps to do my backyard and well in my front yard too. So I got two sides here and front yard that way and backyard here. I was lazy for a while there, but I wanted to get the telescope out anyhow. So I would just do an area around here about 15 feet or so from the house, and the width of the house. Then I could put the picnic table down, telescope easy, hook up my laptop or tablet, either one, or my phone, as far as that goes, and that totally controls the telescope. So once you have it set up and say you're pointing at Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, Sirius. It's almost always start. Oh, it always starts in the southeast to east, but rarely all the way to the east. Mostly southeast. But it's the brightest star. Goes around the sky this time of year. It comes out right at dark, and it settles down about 2 in the morning, roughly. And I got some tall trees, 20-degree angled trees. I want to talk with Space Gal one day here, see what similarities and interests we have. I've caught a few of her shows. She don't know me from squat, except I'm the guy that made the French onion soup during Soup Day here last weekend, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I got to find shade, and if the picture goes to crap, let me know, okay? I just, uh, I just ain't hacking that sun is too much. I'm still reading great here, as nutty as that sounds. Oh, shade, shade. I am in the shade. I'm red. I mean, I can tell I'm cooking already. Oh, let's see. It really looks nice. So here's the. Okay, turn around. There we go. Okay, so backyards are like this again. We're way back here, still reading a great signal. I'm gonna walk right up to the plants, see if it still says great. This is unreal. I mean, I'm reading a great signal, and I'm sure the frame rate's dropping down. But these are butterfly bushes. That's how much I cut out. I cut a lot out, but I left a huge amount of the bush because they want you to take and stump them down to nothing. Just clip them down to a stick, and I'm afraid I don't want to do that. This one I did. Look at this. I mean, we got 3 stumps. That's it. Now I want to compare that one, the two around the tree I told you about, the cypress tree, the two around there, and these things give off such pretty berries. Oh my God, they're beautiful. They're these bluish gray berries, and there's millions of them, but they're not a pain. The worst ones, mulberries, are horrible. Mulberries are absolutely horrible. We had a tree here. The neighbor was kind enough to cut the tree out, and my God, I gotta find shade or I'm gonna die. This is terrible. John Cook's High, and that comes from Linda. Oh, good afternoon, Linda. Tracy's taking a nap, and I decided to come out to the backyard. Where am I? Let me at least get some backyard picture in there. There we go. Decided to come out here, but man, it's sunny. It's terrible. I don't have any regular sunglasses. I do have a pair of regular sunglasses to scratch. I won't use scratch glasses. I hate it. Oh God, I hate it. This from a guy who for 20 years, I guess, wore trifocal glasses, 3 individual lenses each eye. I put them on today. I can't imagine how I did that. So I finally switched over to Progressive a number of years ago. And in the last 5 years, they've gotten so much better. This camera angle's driving me wacky, though. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's see. So we get a hi, John. And the voice is in the house, too. Thank you, voice, for coming in. Thank you. You're the one that said looks really nice. Okay. I'm struggling with the light. I look at some, I'm a big phone follower guy. I love watching all the techie guys, the big name ones in particular, but some smaller people too. They have voices. And, but I like to watch every phone that comes out, every phone, and see what technological thing that they improved on that was so nice. And wondering what phone's going to have it next, kind of a thing. And it's a shame about Apple. Apple's got one issue. Apple likes to wait for a technology to prove it's worth investing in, and then they win. Then they go ahead and build the better mousetrap. I don't care what it is. It's what the software might be. They always have an issue though. They don't like to spend a lot of money on their modems, in particular, for cellular. They don't like to spend a lot of money and put something in there that's better. So they try to improve it constantly on the software end, which can only do so much. It's like smoothing out your photograph. Yeah, no, I want to show my wrinkles and my imperfections. I got a couple. My hair is starting to thin a little bit, and it's starting to go gray. Uh, we are what we are, folks. That's for sure. And still nothing from our after Linda that I'm reading. What's up, Linda? Tell me how you're doing. I hope you're still here in the room. I'm hanging and cooking, frying in the sun for my small but dedicated and nice and friendly audience. I do tend to. I'm liking Haps. I'm curious, Linda. Have you been on Haps broadcasting yet? Um, it's daunting. I screwed up the other day and I had to erase a video, but I had to go to YouTube, had to go to Facebook, had to go to Twitter, had to go Periscope, and of course here, and delete five different things. Delete one video. Had to delete it 5 times, and then somebody forwarded it to somebody else who was still floating around. So, yeah, I just gave up on the idea. That is the big drawback with Haps. That is the big drawback with Haps, and there's probably nothing they can do about it. That's probably the biggest point of the whole thing. They can't. So, stuff's out of their hands. They're lucky enough to be able to send it everywhere. They are our liaisons, passing the stuff on from us through them to Facebook, whatever, you know. And they want to play within the rules, but we end up getting zapped if we play music and stuff like that. They're gonna mute a couple of minutes worth of airtime. They're gonna mute the song is what they're gonna do. Okay, John. I found why my feet are numb. I have 2 discs sitting on the or hitting 2 nerves. Wow, it's crazy right now. That helps a little bit. Maybe if I keep my hands like that, I can read it better. Wow. So what's going on with that? You gonna is that being taken care of? Was it taken care of? Uh, yeah, nerves is everything. I mean, that's why we take anti-inflammatories to get rid of nerve pain. Try to shrink the area that the pain is in, so the nerves aren't. What's the word I was thinking? I got 2 words I'm trying to say. Uh, Not impacted was the one that threw me off. But any swelling like that's going to hurt. I hope you get that taken care of. I gotta find somewhere that I can see. I can't see anything. It's a total wipeout, washout. I wasn't even thinking the sun was directly above my head. There's just no shade. I can't tell if you're looking at me or if you're looking at the yard. There we go. I think I got to turn it around. There's absolutely no shade. No shade till I get way back here. And I might go hippie. I might go back to the tree and sit on the ground. Oh yeah, there we go. This is like camping with John Cooks. I don't know what kind. We went down to good signal, I think. Well, let's see some nature while we're here. Come on, eh? I was still staring at the freaking sun. There we go. So super cool tree. Yeah, I raked all this. I mean, all this stuff I raked back here yesterday. Got rid of tons and tons of leaves. So there's one, two, three, four, five, and then there's seven, I think, total back here of these bushes. Still telling me great quality. I'm saying my frame rate is really dropping down. That's kind of what I'm assuming. If anything's happening whatsoever. So I dropped my bottle of soda. Let me get that. Okay. Lean that against this tree. Oh, boy, the ground is really damp. Oh my God. Here we go. So let me read that again. Also, nerve pain. Doctor going to give me a shot. Well, yeah, I'm not a big fan of shots in general because I know they typically don't fix your problem. Why am I still? Uh, Not me. I'm in the shade, but right there is where the camera. You see the camera shadow. I can't get where I can read my screen. Is the brightness not all the way up on this? Uh, no, brightness is all the way up. I don't know. I did my best. Well, Linda, take care of it. Can keep working at it. I'm waiting for the COVID shots. You can hear four wheelers or quads or I don't know what else you guys might call them. We call them four wheelers typically. But there's a lake behind me quite a ways, and they have a road they take to get to that lake, and that's within listening distance anyway. So we get back here, see if Linda Diner Drive is. Who was that? The magical conch shell, conch shell, not conch shell, Concy Shell. Oh, Concy Hall. I quit. Hi, Magic. After about 8 tries, I quit. I'm just not good. I'm never going to get it. So I'm back here sitting against a tree. Says I got a great signal. That's cool. Sitting amongst my butterfly bushes in my backyard. I'm not seeing any of this. I'm just letting you know. And back to me again. It's quite nice. Could have thought about it. I would have brought my chair out. That would have been better. I can get closer to the Wi-Fi. See, I'm looking at the Wi-Fi. If I turn this around, let me see. That middle window upstairs, that's my kitchen. Okay, that's where the Wi-Fi rerouter is located. It's just hanging in a window and appears to be giving me decent signal all around here. I like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get a chair. I'm going to come back in. 104 of you folks came in and visited. Do like to say anybody, especially if you made it this far in the show, if you sat here for more than 5 minutes listening to me just ramble on probably about nothing, I do a lot of that. But I cook. My wife cooks. Tonight is going to be potato and leek soup. Not sure what time I'm going to get that started. I don't even know what time it is. Let me see. Let me hit my watch. It is 2 o'clock, so probably four. Doesn't take that long. I got four stalks or however they come of leeks ready. Um, and the potatoes are all set, of course. But we're going to be using the immersion blender for some of that. If I decide, let me lean against this tree. Oh, that's better. If that might be a pretty bad. I can't wait to see this in normal light. That might be a decent background with the fence and stuff. I don't know. Can't quite tell. Um, but there's shallots involved. Tracy says no on the nutmeg. I've read a lot of recipes. I've never used it in potato leek soup, but a lot of people call for a teaspoon or so of nutmeg. So I don't know. I see if I sneak it in, she'll know. You can tell if nutmeg is in something. I just don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. What I might do is just reserve some, put a little nutmeg in there, and finish that off. See how that turns out to be. I think that'd probably be the wiser of all the moves to do. So that's my backyard. I like it now because I don't have to cut it. It's, it's a lot of walking back and forth. Trust me, to get that. I just, uh, I need a new shed if I'm going to get a riding lawnmower. So now we're talking 2 grand plus the price of a riding lawnmower. I just don't know if I want to do that or not. Um, that's the big thing. That crappy metal shed we had over there that you saw before. That doesn't do much. Oh, wait, there we go. Mary E. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. I'm sitting in my backyard. I'm here surrounded by my. Let me see if I can. I still can't see me all that well, but there's all the way down that fence line are my butterfly bushes, which I cleaned this whole area yesterday. This whole thing was absolutely filled with leaves. This that tall, that tall. I mean, it's trip after trip getting rid of leaves that were there to expose the butterfly bushes. How big's my yard? Um, I think we're I think we're 280 by 140. I believe that's the size of the yard. 280 by 140. It's a sizable yard, really is. Um, it was a big selling point to me when we bought the place, and now it's a nightmare. Um, got a neighbor's kid. I think she's. I think uh, he'll if he does this yard, and we have another yard. It's a small one, and Rotter would be nice. Yeah. Um, it, I was just saying. I think maybe just as you came in, that I need a new shed that I can pull in and out of with a riding mower. But if I can get the neighbor kid, and I think he's 18 or 19 now, his grandmom is the one I really know, and get him to do this. Plus, I got another yard, very small. Take him half an hour tops to do that and get it done. I paid $80 for the 2 yards, but it was a coworker. Uh, I gave him, he had 2 kids and a wife, and they all worked and just making it kind of thing. So thought he'd be a nice guy. He didn't talk to me anymore. Thought he'd be a nice guy. And for a decade, him and his kids, then just his kids came here and did a terrific job on my yard every week after week. Paid him good money, $80 plus whatever it was, to do the 2 yards. Like I say, the other yard, uh, half half hour, 3 people doing it. Come on, you could do it 15 minutes with 3 people doing it. So you know that's something that was kind of I was treating him nice because he was a coworker and he needed bucks. So, and that was about the extent of it, really. But they did it for a decade. Now the son, he is a nurse, a specialized nurse, really bright kid. He's um, I watched him grow up since he was probably about 3 years old because I'd worked with his dad for so many years. See, I'm trying to figure out a better place to put this where we're not getting swamped with the sunlight behind me. There we go. Oh, yes, riding lawnmower would be easier for sure. John, forgive me, I should know this. No, no, I'm in New Jersey, uh, halfway from Maine to Florida. Not even. We're in the central. You know where New Jersey is. I'm sure. If not, you'll find out. Um, I'm sure you know where New Jersey is. But I'm about 10 miles inland, halfway from the top to the bottom of the state. Bottom of the state is Cape May. Top of the state is High Point. Smack in the middle is where I am, just 10 miles inland. From where that Ferris wheel and roller coaster and all that stuff was pushed out to sea with Hurricane Sandy. That's right here. That hit us pretty big. I was saying before we were 9 days without power, and at the end of that story we had handguns after that. Decided that we're not going to have some defense in the house. It just doesn't make sense to I was going to work. I mean, it's totally dark in the house, no power anywhere in the block. You could hear a couple generators going around. We still don't have a generator. I don't know why I don't. But I go to work 4 to 12, and I would take pictures. We didn't have cell phones. That's we didn't have smartphones. That's what it was. We didn't have smartphones. So I would go to work, and I just had. Matter of fact, all I had was that I could take pictures on was the iPod, little iPod. So I took the pictures that I would catch off the local newspaper websites. Take pictures of those pictures off the screen, take them home and show my wife. We had nothing. We had nothing at home. We had a radio. We had local radio stations, but all in all, it doesn't tell you a whole lot. It doesn't put the picture of what's going on out there. You know, we had a barrier reef. The island broke, um, flooded it, totally flooded it out. They had to rebuild lots of stuff down there. All houses along the beach were all mandated where I will scroll. Um, let's see. They were all mandated to build up on stilts, or they would have to tear the places down. Nutmeg is how far am I going back? My God, nutmeg is nice, but teaspoon sounds like a lot. It does. It's going to be. It would be in a roughly a gallon and a half, I guess, of soup. Not, I'm not making a pint or anything like that. I'm making a hefty amount of soup, and I want to see. I want to put that in containers, freeze it, then move it into vacuum seal bags. Is how I want to store. I want to see how the potato soup holds up. You could be surprised. I don't know. It's something we should figure out. What did I miss here? Oh yeah, scroll up. Right, that was a horrible time. Yeah, Sandy was tough. Okay, I think I missed the nutmeg point. I think that's what we were. That's what. There we go. Yeah, I scrolled back. That's what the voice was saying. Um, so it's a relative thing. It's not a lot. It's enough to taste. I think you would taste it. I'm not going to put it in. I don't foresee that happening. Uh, see, now I can read that screen as good with and without these. Makes you wonder why I have them on. That's just I can handle the tripod and stuff better. Let's see. Mary, where are you? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know if I know. Um, but yeah, the power lines behind me, and you can see them in the pictures. And see the horizontal line across there? There we go. Those power lines. That's what took me out of having any electricity for 9 days. Was those power lines all come down? The poles stayed up, but the power lines come down over a 600-foot length behind me here, and that goes from one town to another. Um, it's just 1200-volt power lines, I believe. So they've already been subbed out to a lower number, which just goes then to transformers out in front of people's houses on the poles. So I hear some kids more screaming than playing, I guess, out there. So there's quite a few. There's maybe 300 homes in my area. Okay, can't zoom anything. Okay, that was the original finish on my house. Was like that's all aluminum siding or vinyl. I'm sorry, vinyl siding. That was the calcium. It's not asbestos, but it's calcium. Is the material that the shingles are on that red house. Okay, so but we have on this street 6 houses. On the other side, we have this guy next to us, same size house as me, same house, same siding. Somebody came through with a really good deal on siding. I can almost guarantee that. And they decided to go ahead and do both houses at one time. I love me some good potato soup. Do you put cheese, Velveeta cheese, any kind of cheese, in the Indian was Florida? Oh, I'm Indian, and forgive me, I'm Indian in Florida. Uh, man, cheese. I don't do your thing. I mean, the one thing that's it's more than obvious is that you should always uh, modify any recipe, no matter how good it looks. I really nailed. I think I did anyway. I really nailed the French onion soup on Soup Day Saturday last week. I cut it down to about an hour and 10 minute show, which was pretty good, pretty good. But it was phenomenal soup. Came out really excellent. I thought it was one of my better, quicker shows. A lot of you people know what I'm talking about. Some of my shows can go 3.5 hours or so. Sour cream would be a good, absolutely, absolutely. See, and that's what people need to do. I mean, they say, okay, we're going to make it just like this guy. Well, no, no. I'll be putting scallions, I'm sorry, shallots, and probably some wine. I'm not sure which. It's going to be a white wine, of course. Otherwise, it's going to be a pink, be a pink potato soup. So this is probably going to be a Chablis, could be a Riesling. This white Riesling's Chardonnay, one of those. It could be any of those, and so that's what's going to go in into the soup. And I'll take the to give it body. I'll use a stick immersion blender, one of those to take and wallop down, say 80% of the potatoes. And let's see, here we go. Cream two. I love homemade onion soup. We'll make. I'll have to watch. I've never seen it made before. Check it out, Mary. It's a good video, I think. Um, I didn't realize I actually had 2 hours to do it. Uh, Somebody came into. I was watching Space Gal. She was cooking, and I was next. And somebody in Space Gal's show was saying that they were going to do a cup of soup. Now I've done cup of soups that were absolutely incredible. Lobster, shrimps, real stuff going on in there. Uh, just because it comes out of a packet doesn't mean you can't turn it into a gourmet meal if you want. So I thought they were saying that, but I think what was being said was being in jest. In other words, I can't cook. I'll do my best to make a cup of instant soup if that's what you want me to do. And that, so so I'm trying to rush, not rush. I would have taken time. I had to get the show started. Space Gal was she was busy. She was doing stuff with the dogs and stuff, and got away from cooking for a while. And I was already running about 15 minutes late. So all's good. Most people watch these shows in reruns anyway, which is just fine by me. But the I told my wife I want to do more talk format shows. She says, "Why? Why do you need to talk more than you do now?" That's pretty much what she said. Yeah, so I couldn't argue that. But I like this format. I love it when you guys just post something up there that I can read. That's awesome. It's really cool. And I'm digging this spot, man. Slowly the shade's going away. Sun's coming around. Uh, yeah, it's going to hit this area for a while. This wasn't the best. Definitely wasn't the best place to put all these bushes that you see down there. I keep on now. I'm showing a good signal now. Maybe I should move. Or was it because I turned the phone sideways? Oh, let's all watch John Cook stand up. I bet he can't. Bet he can't. I'm going to just walk along a little. I got to back up a little bit to get the full impact. Yeah, so there's my butterfly bushes. Let's see what they look like in July. That's what I'm curious about. I cut anything I could dead off of them and left them with the really bright, happy green leaves on them. As I watch and listen, I'm planting flowers. How cool is that? That's serendipity if I've ever heard it. Here's a little bit of the one of the flower pots there. Now, if it's not enough to really show you, no, I don't. I'm not seeing any. Maybe I am. There we go. See those two little tiny specks right there, upper center. Okay, not those ones. Those ones there. That's the seeds. That's the seeds right there for blueberry. I'm sorry for butterfly bushes. Okay, let me grab my soda, wipe my butt off of all the sand here. Ooh, I've been working hard for 2 years now, in my backyard here, trying to get stuff figured out. Say with 18 of the butterfly bushes, that's going to eventually look really, really nice. But this whole length here that I cleared all the leaves out of, I mean, I started in this corner. Look how still showing a great signal. I can't wait to watch this back. But that goes all the way the full length of the property. Is every 6 or so feet away, I have a butterfly bush planted. Okay, what I am going to get out here, we just got 2 empty feeders that we don't use for anything, one on each side. I'm going to set up hummingbird feeders for there because we're going to have plenty. I mean, last year we had a tremendous amount of butterflies, so and saw a few different hummingbirds come around, and we have the ruby-throated hummingbirds. In case anybody's curious, that's what we have here. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this camera to get me in the picture decent. I'll tell you that all these YouTube vloggers, man, they got to have strong arms. I mean, my arms are shot. Both of them are in bad shape. As long as I hold stuff down, I'm using a tripod, which gives me a pretty good amount of shake-free image, relatively speaking, shake-free. Now, if I hold it a little bit higher, it's more balanced. But as you can see, it's a little top-heavy. It wants to pull back that way. So I can do one of a couple of things, move the camera. Now it's sitting there balanced really nice. See? I just moved the angle of the camera. And that's kind of it, guys. I'm going to get out of the sun here. I'll be back later, though, with a show doing, we got somebody going through the neighborhood. Can you see him? I don't know if you can see him. He was on a road street, looked like a street level bike, which is good. Sarah, hi, Sarah. Thank you for the wave. We wave and point back. I love doing that. I should point toward the camera, though. I never point toward the camera. Had my lavender here for 4 years. For some reason, they died. It's so weird. You know, plagues can go through. You don't know what it is sometimes that goes through that takes stuff out. This tree here, I've shown pictures of it before. Maybe if I turn the camera around. This tree here, it gets these weird elephant ear type leaves. It's not that tree. It's not the elephant ear leaf tree that gives you the big Indian cigars. It's not that. Okay. But it gets you these huge leaves, and only one time has it bloomed or blossomed. And they were gorgeous flowers. Unbelievable. I never saw such pretty flowers in my life. So, hi, Chef, says MJ. Hi, MJ. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Just showing off a few of the trees. Now, like this one, I want to get rid of this one this year. This is a peach tree. And it didn't do anything last year. It did really, really poorly. I want to get actually rid of both of those trees. I just don't like them. This one here, I'm probably going to have to just mark it with a road cone or something, cut it down as low as I can, and then mark that with a road cone. Probably the same thing when over here. And that's just when I'm cutting grass. It's not permanent. Oh God. See if I can throw a stick over the fence. You ready? Look at that, cleared the fence by a mile. Whew. I do really good underhanded stuff. I just can't control my right hand, either arm really, because of shoulder issues. Underhand, really good. I can do stuff well. Overhand, I'm a danger to society. So let me stick up my tripod one last time here. There we go. Make sure I got all the messages. That's cool when that happens. Yeah, I just want to get out of the sun for a while. That is a nice little spot. I might take a chair and go back out there. We'll see. If so, I'll see you guys then. Look for a cooking show around 4 o'clock. I don't know. Around 4 o'clock, I'm going to say potato and leek soup. And hope to see you then. Have a great day. You too, Sarah. And everybody else. Y'all take care, please.